I started recording the video. Today we're going to look at this 3 pseudocode tasks from past papers. So the first one says a message may contain several hashtags. A hashtag is a string consisting of a hash character followed by one or more alphanumeric characters. A hashtag may be determined by a space character in the start of the next hashtag, any other non-alphanumeric character, or by the end of the message. So we should pseudocode the module getIndex. So getIndex, it calls with a hashtag as a parameter, returns the index position of the hashtag in array text string, returns the value -1 if the hashtag is not present in the array. So first thing that we should remember that we have functions and procedures. Now we are going to use a function because it says returns the value. So only functions return the value. Function and getIndex. So we have a parameter which is a hashtag. It's written inside the parentheses, and here we write data type of this parameter, which is a string. Then it says that it returns a value, index position. So it's an integer, returns integer. So we should look at the each element of the array that contains 10,000 elements. Here we write while. Here we should use while loop. While index. First we should declare it. Declare index, which is integer. Then we also should declare a value which indicates if we find any hashtag. So declare found, maybe. So found, which is a Boolean value. If you found a hashtag value, the value of a variable found becomes true, but now it is false. Here we initialize our variables. Found is initially false because we don't have we didn't look yet at the array. So index value is 1 because we will start from the first element of the array. So while index is less than 10,000 elements, less or equal 10,000, and found is false. Then we check if the element of the array text string, if text string this means the element of the array with index, like with order of index. In the first loop it's first element, in the second loop it's second, and so on. If it's equal to hashtag, then found becomes true. Otherwise, or else, we will look at the next value. Or increment index by 1. Here we close our if sentence, and also end while. So after executing this code, our index value, we will look for the hashtag in 10,000 through the 10,000 elements of the text string array. If it's found, if it finds an hashtag, so it will output. But if it by way of another condition that says returns the value -1 if the hashtag is not present in the array. So we basically say if found is false, then index is just -1. And at the end we return the value of the index. So that's the end of our function, and we just write end function. So any questions? So if everybody understood, we can proceed to the next question. Okay, I'll share the document. Here we should write the pseudocode for the module getStart. Description of the module. Call it with two parameters. So inside the brackets, we should write two parameters: a message string, any string value, an integer giving the number of the required hashtag. For example, getStart message3 would search for the third hashtag in the string message. Returns an integer value representing the start position of the hashtag in the message string, or value -1 if the hashtag doesn't exist. So we'll start our code from declaring a function with two parameters. First parameter is message, which is a string value, and an integer value of the number of tag of hashtag tag none, which is integer. And it returns an integer value. So we have a message instead of the array, which also plays a role of the array, and we should look at each letter of this string. So here we also use while loop and declare our index. While index is less or equal to the length of the message. We have a built-in function which is length and message. So here we have another another approach of looking at each letter of string, which is used with function meet. So that basically means we take the string message and take the letter in index position, which is just one. If it were two, we would take two letters in index position. So if index is 1 and our message is hello, we will take the starting from the first letter, two letters. But here we should take just one letter and index position. Then we check whether it is a hashtag. If it is, then we just increase our counter as a variable. Then count is incremented. Then we check it again if count is already assert like hashtag, which is given in example here. Tag num equals to count. Then just return tag num. No, not tag num, but index. The position of this hashtag. And div but if it's not found, we just increment our index. That's next index, or index is equal to index plus 1. And that's the end of our loop. And while and return like so. If it's not found, we should return -1. We initialize our index value. Yeah, I know. We just write -1, and that's all. Yes. And end function. So let's move on to the next question, which is last. A function formal takes an integer parameter in the range from 0 to this value and returns a formatted string depending on two other parameter values. Formatting may incorporate the use of a prefix string to be added before the integer value, a comma as a thousand separator, and the function will be called as follows. So here we just manipulate our integer value. And as usual, we declare a function which takes function form out, which takes three parameters: number as integer, prefix as a string, and at comma as a boolean value. If at comma is true, a comma is required in the formatted string. False if a comma is not required in the formatted string. So then it returns our formatted string value. Here we firstly should convert our integer to string value so we can easily manipulate with it. Like int val, should declare it, declare int val, which is now will be a string value. To convert number to string, we have a built-in function which is num to string. And here one number, then here we just check if add comma is true, if we should add any commas. If add comma is true, then we also check if the length of the string is less than, say, less than 3 or greater than 3. Num to string is built-in function. I'll show you now. In our appendix, we have list of and here's num to string. It takes any integer or real value and returns the string, like, and it takes this one and returns exactly this, but with string value. Just a simple function. So then we check our number. If int, if length of interval is greater than 3, so in this case we should slice our we should split into parts our number so we can add comma. Here we also should declare some variable for temporary storage. Clear num, say temp, declare temp. Then we store in our temporary variable, the sliced part of our number, our initial number, -3. Then we join all the parts with concatenating a comma. Now our int val is equals to left val temp. I'll now explain all this code. Then we add a comma and remaining part. Okay, I think I made a mistake with length of int val. Sorry. So here we just in temporary value we store the remaining part of the integer value, and this by removing three top right values. If we have like six digits, we store in temporary value these 3 digits, and in our integer value these 3 digits. And here we use our left function, which takes the temp number of values from int val and joins it to the left side. For instance, if so here like we have int val, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say, and our temp value is 2. It takes just 2, and that's all. And here we just add comma after these 2 digits and join our remaining 3 digits. So it's now formatted string. And then we just close our if statement, and if, now the end if. And here also it says a string that will appear in front of the numeric value, set to an empty string if no prefix is required. We also should concatenate a prefix to our int val. Now our int val is equal to prefix, concatenate prefix and int val itself. At the end we return our value, our dear value, int val. And that's the end of the function. Let's say int function, and that's all. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll send a record to the group.